What holds the energetic frequency in place right now in the current reality for the global collective? Welcome to the Arcana Veil. We have the Moon card here. We have the growing Earth. We have Daughter of Earth. We have the Mother of Water, and we have Priestly. Clearly the consciousness of the global consciousness is undergoing a particular time where there is a clearing up of illusions that's taking place here for the re-establishment of something new. In other words, there is a preparation for the beginning of a new timeline to enter into. Within the deeper parts of the consciousness, the Daughter of Earth, which would be that which is within the physical world. The Daughter of Earth, meaning the soul energy of the earth and the people that dwell within it, are experiencing a new type of learning that is very much coming from a higher point of consciousness. And I would say that the outer forces are really impacting the inner parts of the reality so that it would become more observant as to how it can assist and help itself. And when I say it, I'm speaking about the global collective as a human collective within that which is the spirit and the soul, to learn to come together to understand why certain things are the way that they are. Perhaps this time round I'm hearing maybe there'll be a different way things can be seen and observed. We have the Mother of Water here on the feminine principle side. There's definitely an investment on trying to be in control of the emotions and how one is perceiving that which happens in the reality. There is also an active focus on perhaps certain people establishing religious organizations, or people that are establishing spiritual organizations in a way to try and understand this period going forward. We may even look at certain ideas that are being brought across that may actually be illusionary. This is pointed out by the Moon here. Going deeper into this reading, we have the Devil right underneath the Moon here. The Devil is depicted as a being of light, and light as in the form of not saying that it is something that you need to be concerned about, but it suggests that the devil often comes through as something that is not understood and therefore then believed at a whim that it would be something that has to come and save the populace. There are some that are believing, that are perhaps using the devil, that is masquerading in the light more so to blind people with illusions so that there's no progress taking place. So I can see that there's a split within the consciousness and the hyperconsciousness of humanity as a collective. This reading is not based on a principle of magic or any other aspects, but it is based on the principle of observing the reality and how it interacts with itself. It is called metaphysics. It is a scientific way of observing the frequency through the psyche and the intuition. Let's have a look and see who these are that are doing this. Well, a few came out all at the same time, so I'm taking them. We have 1195. So that could be something important for someone. We have the initiation of water, so there's definitely a focus on, there's a lot of people that seem to be listening to information that's coming through, influences and belief systems, like for example where systems would say, okay, in order for you to have food at the end of the day, you must be able to sacrifice a finger off of your hand every day, but that's for the betterment of yourself, and you will get those that'll actually do that. Unfortunately, there's that part of the frequency that seems to try to establish itself, but within the nature of the consciousness of humanity, there is also the ability to make a choice with regards to the free will, to be able to accept whether to be duped by that which presents itself as a savior frequency. And this is, remember, for the global human collective. This is not specific to any one person or place or thing. Within this, we have the contraction of metal underneath, the daughter of earth, which is very much presenting here as some people will do certain things if they're paid to do it. And there will be some people that will also do things and learn and give teachings on what they know and be paid for it as well. This is showing that there's definitely a process of people pulling away from certain groups of people that are not good for them anymore. It's making my mouth itch, actually, weirdly. It almost feels like someone is pulling away from being harnessed by something that is trying to control them. So that is something interesting. So there is hope, is what I'm trying to say. Overall, I'm pointing out to you what you're seeing overall, not, and this is just to prove in itself. We have the feeding koi water underneath the mother of water, which is very much establishing what I've just said, where there's a lot of people that are coming up and trying to teach people new things because of what they think they know. Then you get people that teach things because they are inspired to do so, and those are the ones that are the strongest. More of these people, such as yourselves, are coming up online to be able to bring across wisdom for a lot of people, because people are looking for things that are not mundane anymore. You can very much see here there is a wanting to break away from this particular lifestyle of society. All that glamour is not all gold. All that glitz and glamour is not gold. Let me show you the picture of the devil so you can look at it clear in a much clearer way. This is a tormenting experience for this individual on the floor. There is completely wrapped up with all of the light and he's blinded by things. And that is why the devil is presented in such a manner. Because truly everybody's afraid of that thing which is in the dark, but that's not where the devil likes to live. It likes to live in something that's bright. We have the conflict of metal underneath the priestly, where there is definitely a scene from Judas Iscariot in the biblical historical representation, where Jesus was betrayed by Judas for a coin underneath the priestly. So you're looking at certain people, like I've just said, religious camps that are actually using and exploiting people. But then remember now, we're looking at the frequency as it stands now. We're not looking to see where it's we are going to look to see where it's going now that we all know what's going on right now. It's not like you didn't know this either, but I'm pointing it out to you so that it's much more clear to understand. Let's see, where is everything going from here onwards? There is the frozen sea waters, perfect actually, right over the moon and the devil, which means it freezes everything down. There is no need for that to take place anymore. It's basically where the original creative force is saying, okay, freeze this now, we've had enough of this story. This has now just been going on for too long. So that is not a bad thing. I can see a lot of people pulling away from that stuff as well. We're seeing the materiality, which is what ties into this particular frequency. This is the symbol for the matter, the way that the realm operates within its dynamics. There is definitely a frequency trying to hold certain things in place. This is the cubic structure that does present to those that are observing things that are man-made, that are controlling their conscious thoughts. So you're looking at people that are obsessed with the AI thing as well. When I keep saying the AI is really just, it's algorithms that are programmed to auto-assimilate certain things. You remember the predictive text messaging when you had it back in the day? It's the same principle, essentially. It's a thing that's just learning to replicate commands and fetch information. That is essentially what it is. We have annulled here, where there is a breakup between the daughter of the earth and the material essence that's being taken from Mother Earth, you could say, where she is essentially breaking herself away from those that are trying to take from her. We're also seeing that the spirit, which is feminine in its nature, whether it's male or female, and it's feminine for a reason because, the soul. The soul is breaking away from the control of the material reality. In other words, there's a freeing taking place. And it has to do with breaking up. The story here is Napoleon and Josephine. They are breaking up with one another. They don't want to be with one another anymore. The impression of the painting is showing that she's kind of feeling sorry for herself because he's entered the contract. So essentially the human soul in its development is basically saying, I've had enough of you trying to control my consciousness. I'm moving away from this. Others can stay frozen and stuck in the materiality, but I'm moving away from it where I don't need to be involved anymore. So there's definitely a very strong power position taking place right now. It's actually quite interesting to observe from a distance. We have the allegory of metal right over the feeding of koi and the mother of water, which suggests that there's definitely a completion, as I've just said, of a contract with the control of the material control over the consciousness. In other words, you're looking at something that is definitely setting itself in a direction where it wishes to grow and thrive. Such as, for example, all of the new frequency that's coming in through the tarot communities and the divination communities. A lot new energy is coming in to actually be of service, as opposed to be there because there is a desire to stay and hold people in certain belief systems. And kudos to those who have started to break away from that frequency. Absolutely take my hat off to you. We have desire and predate here. Do I need to say more about the people that are holding on to certain belief systems that are dominating the spirit consciousness of mankind, those that are paying to get saved and give a lot of money to those people so that when they die that they think that they've paid their way through to heaven or something like that? What is the final outcome for the consciousness, the global consciousness of humanity? Rescue water. A rescue is taking place. And you're getting all the help that you've always needed to have with you. You are not alone. You are being observed. You are being viewed by that which is unseen, perhaps to you. And this is why this channel is here, to present the arcana or the secret or the hidden within the veil of consciousness and subconsciousness. I will leave this with you until next time.